Buddy. Hey, everybody. Deborah Dixon-Anderson here from Light of Gold PR, Marketing and Consulting, and from the Gold Wellness Circle. Excited that today is Marketing Monday. So happy Monday, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. So today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, and that networking and the importance of networking. So, just a little bit about me and Light of Gold PR. Light of Gold PR, I founded 16 years ago. It's a boutique, a small PR marketing firm, about 6 to 18 members. We specialize in marketing, branding, digital, social media, consulting, website development, and events. We help businesses to create their brand, create their websites, their logos, their corporate identity, as well as how to market to their target market. What kinds of tools do they want to use for marketing to the right target market, and defining who that target market is and how to get to them. And one way to get to potential clients and potential projects would be through networking, especially for those of us who don't have the biggest budgets to work with. Networking is really an essential part of building a business and building connections with people in your industry or people outside of your industry. Just a shameless plug, I'll be on LinkedIn Audio in an audio meeting, co facilitating it with Pierre Dubois from the Greater New York Chamber. So, the Greater New York Chamber is actually hosting that audio meeting from 2 to 3. I'll be there. So if you want to hop in, if you're watching me from LinkedIn, go ahead and hop in there. Or if you're not, check us out, join the meeting, go to the Greater New York Chamber. I tag them in the post. It's always good to come and network. So that's a new way of networking now. It's not even just on social media like this, whether it's on Instagram, LinkedIn, or YouTube. It's also on Clubhouse. It's also on LinkedIn Audio. There's a lot of new ways of networking that we now have at our fingertips. So let's talk a little bit about networking, what it does. It helps to build your reputation, a great reputation, by connecting with other business owners, with other people in your industry. So sometimes joining a network might be an organization that, for instance, is for women, like NABO, National Association for Women Business Owners. I'm a member there. It could be a chamber of commerce, like the Greater New York Chamber, or the Brooklyn Chamber. It could be any of those networks, or they could be an association like Adrian's Network. Shout out to Adrian's Network. Love that organization. Made some really wonderful contacts there. It definitely can connect you, any of these organizations or others that maybe you might know about, to potential clients, partners, projects. You just never know. And a lot of it will require for you to show up and participate, whether it's showing up at a meeting prepared with your 30 to 60-second pitch about what you do, uh, what your products and services are, who you service, what is your client or your customer look like, um, and also maybe with the ask that would be part of that 30 to 60-second pitch, maybe who you would like to connect to, who you want to meet. That's what could be included in that. Whenever you network, and the networking now can be in person, it could be via Zoom, it could be via audio. All these ways of networking that we have now still does not change the fact that you still have to be prepared. And so preparation for us, I'll just use myself as a guinea pig in this exercise. Part of our preparation is, if we drop anything into a Zoom chat, for instance, we have to have that laid out in advance, with our pitch in it. All of our information is in there. The links to how you would connect with us, that's all there. Our websites, our Calendly link, for instance, we are always scheduling appointments. We do that differently now, in this kind of post-COVID I'm going to say post-COVID era that we're in. So many of us are networking online. So we have a booking link that we drop into a chat now. We also have a booking link that we drop into on Clubhouse or on LinkedIn Audio. So you have to be prepared with that kind of information and content ahead of time. You don't want to scramble and try to put all this together while you're on the call. It's very distracting. Just go ahead and prepare a little bit in advance and try to be part of organizations that you know can grow your business, definitely. So that's really important. And anybody who has questions or want to drop something into the chat or the comments, please feel free to do that. Okay, I'm happy to respond. And anybody who wants to join in any of these calls, we're going to try to get better about letting you know what our topics are ahead of time so that you could come on live with us and we could talk. We're going to bring back Giovanni Tavares from Proper Systems. We're going to talk about cybersecurity again, but we want to bring on other wonderful experts that we know to join this call and be part of this conversation. So let's talk about some other tips for effectively networking. Definitely following up is really important. Creating a follow-up email, that's a template that you customize for every group. Let me tell you, we do all of this, every single tip that I'm sharing. My team at Light of Gold PR, we do this in real time, like today. So usually we have 48 hours to 72 hours between the meeting that we attended and the time that we follow up to go ahead and get out that follow-up email. We're preparing to do follow-up calls. It's good to have a little bit of a system in place. We have a booking link that we send out to potential clients. They go ahead and book on our schedule, and that particular appointment goes right into our calendar, which is a shared calendar amongst my team. We all look at it. We see who's meeting, who, when we're meeting, what our schedule looks like. So that's important to have a little bit of a system and to be somewhat prepared. Definitely working on your communication skills. I have a communications background. My degree's in journalism and English. So communication is natural for me, but it's not natural for everybody. And so that being said, it's good to maybe practice with a trusted friend or colleague, your 30 to 60-second pitch and what that can look like for you and your industry. It's always good to go ahead and practice that so that when it's your time to share, whether you're at a networking event talking to someone one-on-one, or whether you are on a Zoom call and you're trying to share a little bit about what you do, and you're in one of those boxes in one of those breakout rooms, or if you're in those little boxes on Zoom and it's your turn to share, you want to be prepared for that, definitely. So the P's of networking: purpose, people, and process. Definitely know what your purpose is for being on the call or in a meeting, whether it's face to face or virtually. Know what your purpose is for being there. Why are you there? Who are you trying to meet? And so being intentional, remember we talked about this early this year, when you're trying to manifest, understanding what your purpose is for participating in a particular call or a particular meeting, going out there to network, knowing that ahead of time is really, really important. People, who are you trying to meet? Who are you trying to connect to? Are they potential customers? Are they potential clients? Are they people who maybe you want to hire for a project? Maybe you want to collaborate. Maybe you're looking at them as a subcontractor. Who are these people? Who are you trying to connect with? And how are you going to connect with them? Is something that you have to ask yourself before you attend these meetings. You don't want to be scrambling. Sometimes you have to kind of go to the meeting to get the lay of the land, to see what the culture, I'm just going to use that word, culture of that particular meeting or organization is, because every organization that you network with is different. And so you have to understand how they network, how they do things at their particular organization, and kind of adapt to that. That's really important to do. And finally, process. I already mentioned a few moments ago about process, but having a process for how you're going to follow up is really important. So, networking is very social, right? You're meeting people, it's fun, especially if you're not able to get out as much as you used to. And so you're meeting someone on Zoom, or say you're meeting someone in person, and it feels very, very social. And it is. However, it's still a business activity. And so we can't forget to do the follow up. We can't forget to circle around to people who we've met, especially people who have expressed interest in our products or services. We have to be very intentional about following up with those people. It's just very, very important to do that. You could also put them on kind of like a constant contact, a MailChimp. You could also kind of schedule to do a once a month check in. At Adrian's network is called a spotlight. You could also do that. Or you can go ahead and just reach out to folks that maybe they're not interested right now, but they just want to stay in contact. And so you can always schedule those types of emails to go out. You could also schedule it on your Google Calendar for that to go out as well. So remember to leverage social media. That's where we are right now, right? So leverage social media. Definitely connect with people that way. I do not try to always slide into someone's DMs unless it makes sense. So I'm very intentional about just not, I don't want to spam people. I only want to connect with people who want to connect with us. And so sometimes someone will make a comment and I might message them directly. Hey, I understand you're interested in this. Or you have a need for this. Let's talk. I might drop in the link to schedule an appointment, and it might be just very impromptu. It doesn't have to be a full-on meeting. It could be a 5 to 10 minute chat. It could be that. So we really try to make sure that we're intentional, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on LinkedIn, messaging people directly, setting up, going to the next level and setting up a call. Now, it could be a call, it could be a Zoom call. Some people on Google Meet, however you're meeting with people, make sure you're meeting with people. That's just very important. So it's not enough because after a while, when you're just messaging people or just going to meetings and you're not doing your follow up, you're really socializing at this point. You're not using this as a business activity, and you have to be very careful about that. So sometimes, every now and then, we'll go to an event. We might meet somebody. You feel maybe you don't network a lot. You might feel a little uncomfortable. Don't let yourself feel like you're being rejected. If rejected, if someone's not maybe interested in your product or service, oh, I'm sorry, we don't need that right now. Happens to the best of us, whether we're on a phone call following up, whether we're face to face at a meeting, or in a virtual meeting. It does happen. Not everybody's interested in your product or service, and that's okay. So don't take it personally. Just keep it moving on to the next person or the next contact. So lastly, I share being prepared, having conversation ready, and be genuinely interested in finding out more about a person's business or product or service, and make sure you're asking them questions so that when you are talking to someone, you're not just going into hardcore selling mode. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to connect, to see how we can help each other, see how we can work together or do business. But sometimes everybody's not going to be a potential customer or client, and that's okay. Maybe they might be a resource, or they might be someone who later down the road might need you for a project, or to work with you as a vendor, but that may not be out the gate. And if it's not, that's perfectly okay. So Serena, I see you said, what's the best way to get in front of potential clients? Email, phone calls, or Zoom meeting invitations? And I would have to say, that was Serena on Instagram. I would say that you would use really all of the above. If you've met someone at a Zoom meeting or virtual networking meeting, then you do have to follow up via email, but you still got to segue and call people, because not everybody's getting their email. Some of the emails are going into spam. So you have to be careful. And then if you want to take it up a notch, because this conversation is about networking, there are ways to boost your posts. There's Facebook, Google ads, Instagram ads. There are ways to boost your post and to get in front of more people. And so that does help. But definitely, I would say a combination of email and phone calls is very important. And then the other thing that we use as a backup is we message our contacts on social media. So if we send an email or left a voicemail, we might message them on LinkedIn and say, hey, just wanted to let you know that we shot you an email, left a voicemail, hope you're doing well. Because maybe this person is busy. Maybe they're always in front of Zoom like sometimes we are, and they might have missed it. And so having 2 or 3 other ways of reaching out to someone is very important. So social media is a tremendous resource that we should use, but we should use all the other ways of contacting. That's emails, face-to-face networking events, and picking up the phone and just calling somebody in real time and talking to them is really important too. So that's a little bit about networking and the importance of it. We're going to turn this into a little blog post, and we'll post this on our Light of Gold PR blog page, this particular video, as well as our create this into a blog itself and possibly an audio file. And so feel free to reach out if you have any other questions. Also, another shameless plug, our Gold Women's Business Connect conference is coming up on Friday, March 31st. If you go to lightofgoldpr.com, and go to the upcoming events page, or goldbusinessconnect.com, go to our events link. Both of those places you'll be able to register. We're doing promo codes for Power Women, Women Powers, one or the other. It's either Women Power or Power Women. I got to look it up and see. But you can use that promo code and you can get $10 off. You know what? I'm going to look right now, make sure I'm giving you the right promo code, because sometimes I get it mixed up. I'm glad to have a team that helps me with all of this stuff. Let's see what the promo code is. It is Women Power, one word. Women Power. You get $10 off the $45 ticket, which means it's only $35 to attend. We're going to have fantastic networking. We're going to have excellent experts to share about all these topics that can help you grow your business. And we're going to have vendors. So if you're looking for a vendor table or a way to sponsor or be involved with this fantastic event, please do that. Definitely do that. It's lightofgoldpr.com. Click on the upcoming events tab, or goldbusinessconnect.com. Click on the events tab. In both places, you'll be able to register. And if you're interested in being a vendor or a sponsor, you'll be able to message us there as well. There's a form that you could fill out. So thanks everybody for joining me for this Marketing Monday. And again, if you ever want to hop on with me and be on this call with me, please, we're always here every Monday. We try to get here between 12 and 12:30, but please join us. It's going to be fun. We always try to make it fun. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.